Introducing out of the red corner, in association with Takeover Promotions, Teifimo Lopez Sr. He weighed 139.4 pounds, wearing platinum and royal blue. 20 victories, with 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is weight lineal world champion. He is the former WBA, IBF, WBO, BC franchise, and Ring Magazine lightweight champion. He is the reigning, defending WBO and Ring Magazine junior welterweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, New York. Come on.
Okay, guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. They're having a clean match, okay? Good luck. God bless you.
Joe Tessitore and the man who once held this WBO Junior Welterweight World Championship belt, Chris Algieri on the call ringside. Chris, I want to get back to a couple points of conversation about this fight that we discussed earlier tonight, but specifically Teifimo Lopez. As you saw that ring walk, you saw the joy, you saw the happiness, the bounce in his step. When he has been at his best, the week of the Josh Taylor fight, it was complete chaos where there were so many doubters with some of the behavior out of the ring. That is not what we've seen this week.
Yeah, I was actually a little concerned. I mean, the Lomachenko fight week was very similar. It was mayhem. It was chaotic. And it seemed that's when Teifimo does his best work. And this week he's been very calm. I wonder if he's going to be switched on tonight.
Now, the other point is you say don't dismiss Steve Claggett. There are reasons why he could be a live dog and make this a more challenging night than many expect against Teifimo.
And we're seeing it already. He's already been able to pin Teifimo across the ropes a few times. He's got kind of frantic motion. He's getting inside. He's not getting hit with any big shots yet. And the way to beat a counterpuncher is to overwhelm them with volume. That's exactly what Claggett does.
Teifimo getting out to the left. Claggett staying on top of him.
Let's go, Tio.
Claggett's the kind of guy.
Right hand to the body.
Claggett's the kind of guy who wants to put his head on your chest and bang away with both hands. Averaging 100.
Nice double hook, Tio.
When it comes to CompuBox superlatives, look no further with Steve Claggett than what he did in November of 2023 in a fight when he produced 512 total connects and 417 landed power shots. Now, I know not everybody are boxing geeks out there like us on this crew, but the 500 total connect club, that is a line that you cross. That's rare air, Chris.
Very, very rare group of people to get there. I mean, that's super impressive. Did that recently. It's awesome. He's 35 years old. He's still throwing those numbers. And even tonight, I mean, he's landing more, especially with the jab, than I would expect this early on.
Staying tethered to Teifimo as he follows him right into that neutral corner.
A lot of times guys who are this aggressive and throw this many punches, they get you into that same game. You already see Teifimo taking some of the power off those shots, trying to match the volume of Claggett, which I don't think is a good idea. He's going to have to beat the volume with power.
Teifimo just dug that left hand to the body, had a right hand moments before that. There's underneath, thrown between the punches, a right hand to the body again from Teifimo as he looks to probe underneath. Trying to burrow his way in again as we come to the end of round number one. challenge. Figured any 10-round racking fight, Steve Claggett put it forth. Of course, recall Teifimo Lopez's only loss was to Kambosos, who also had a smothering style. Of course, Teifimo was dealing with so much that evening, the major medical issue that he endured that night at Madison Square Garden with that shocking upset. Punch stats in round number 1, a 16-10 connect advantage for the champ.
And you mentioned smothering. Claggett is very good at smothering his opponent, but still gets his punches off and generates some good pop on those shots. Nice body work there. Look for that left hand from Claggett. That's his best punch, whether it's high or low, but especially low to the body.
He just hit a body shot, the left hand, moments ago there. On the inside against Teifimo. Teifimo goes for body himself.
Teifimo just targeted the body line of 3 good, tricky body shots. Didn't slow Claggett down one bit. Already starting to see a little bit of frustration. Teifimo not comfortable with the fight being fought at this distance. He's going to have to get some respect and hit Claggett with something that makes him think twice.
There's a left uppercut from Teifimo as Claggett remains right on him, pinned against him and throwing punches. Sweeping wide right hand from Teifimo. Now able to draw it straight back, trying to create space. Claggett just walks right with him. He's going to stay in that pocket and just keep throwing punches as best he can.
Another thing about Claggett, you know, a guy like this, you wonder, can he take the shots? Well, he fights like this all the time, so he's going to get hit. So he is very sturdy.
Been stopped once in his 7 losses. His record's 38-7-2 in his 15 years. But more recently, he's been better on the back end of his career. He's on a 9-fight win streak, and 7 of those 9 are by knockout.
Here you see some nice footwork from Teifimo to get out of that corner. But Claggett staying glued to Teifimo, even with
right hand.
Good right hand.
Teifimo Lopez with that right hand, and it comes back with it again. And another one.
See, this is what he needs, getting a little bit of shimmy in those legs from that right hand across the top. Teifimo's a momentum fighter. Once he finds that momentum, he builds off of it.
He's hyper athletic as well. When he can showcase that, he is at his best. But you got to have a little bit of room, a little bit of space to do so.
Finding a home for that chopping right hand over the top. Being able to back Claggett up a few times with it. And the body work. Nice push off there from Teifimo Lopez.
Trying to place that right hand between punches was Lopez.
That's the thing. Lopez needs space. Claggett wants the opposite.
Yeah, that's why you see him pushing off every so often with that left shoulder, just to generate a little bit of punching room. Coming to the end of round number 2 here in our World Championship fight. Teifimo Lopez in Miami against Steve Claggett. On the Miami River. Another skyscraper just went up. Round number 3, Teifimo Lopez with a 42-27 advantage against the upset-seeking Steve Claggett. Total punches through round 2. Claggett, as is always the norm, throwing more than his opponent, but the effectiveness only landing 18%.
That's an interesting stat, though. It's not much more. He's forcing Teifimo to punch much more than he's used to. Teifimo's not that busy normally.
Of course, Teifimo Lopez is trained by his father. What are they saying, Bernardo?
Yeah, his father wants Teifimo to work the body. That's going to be the key, but he's got to stay busy as well.
had a moment of success to the body in that last round.
Yeah, he did. He focused on it after Claggett landed a good left hook to his liver. I think what Teifimo really needs to do is he needs to use those cuffing shots, whether it's the right cuffing hook and then slide out to his right, or that leaping left hook that we saw a few moments ago and then slide out to his left. He has to corral Claggett and not get stuck in these positions right here. Good level change there from Teifimo, creating openings. Nice uppercut.
There's a right hand by Claggett. Teifimo gives an angle out to the right.
Good body work.
Two left hands to the body. Teifimo gives him one back with a right hand to the body and three-punch combination. Dead center on that.
Remember what I said, Taz. Teifimo's now taking the power off. He's trying to match the output. He's not.
Good uppercut.
Nice uppercut. That got a little funky leg from Claggett as he came forward.
Good uppercut landed here in the midst of round number 3 from Teifimo Lopez. And I'm sure what a pleasure it is for Teifimo Lopez to just not be opposite Jermaine Ortiz right now. Jermaine Ortiz, who was just the total opposite stylistically and strategy-wise of Steve Claggett. Rarely engaging in the fight. Teifimo struggled to cut off the ring, and now he's got a guy right in front of him coming forward throwing punches.
I don't think anyone who's ever shared the ring with Claggett has had trouble finding him.
Nope, you're not going to worry about that.
Now, he plants his head on your chest and goes to work.
Oh, Teifimo punching between punches again. Claggett landed the right hand, but Teifimo got the best of it. 3 jabs in a row, body work, left uppercut. Teifimo straight right hand, splitting the guard, finding success here.
Teifimo listening to his father's instructions. He's targeting that body, and you're starting to see he's starting to be a little more physical. He's creating space. That's exactly what Teifimo needs to find his power like that.
Right uppercut again, wraps around with the right hand.
Yeah, I foresee those uppercuts from Teifimo paying off big dividends as the fight goes on.
Touch him with the left uppercut.
As soon as Claggett's pace slows, he's in trouble.
He will not be able to keep Teifimo off him.
No, and then
his only defense is going to be the outrageous, outlandish, volume punching offense.
But he has to take so much damage in order
That's
to do
correct.
that.
Big finish for Teifimo. Of course, Steven champion will be on ESPN. Foster defense. Sace out next week in the co-feature as well. Let's go back to that uppercut in the 3rd round by Teifimo Lopez, Chris.
Yeah, I mentioned last round that those uppercuts are going to pay dividends as this fight wears on. Here's Teifimo setting up, doubling up the right hand, over and under. Great move against someone who tries to put their head on your chest. Over and under. Great execution there by Teifimo Lopez. Got a little bit space last round.
Bernardo, what are you hearing in the corner of Steve Claggett?
Remind you that Mike Monfort could not make the trip to the U.S., so Michael Gadbois is in there. He says, look, I need him to continue moving to his left. Take away Teifimo's right hand is the come down.
Just ate a right hand as he came straight in against Teifimo. Another right hand comes from Lopez.
Yeah, those right hands are having an effect, but Claggett's very dogged in his approach, pushing through.
He's a body with the right hand.
See, there's that leaping left hook and then slide out. That's going to be a good weapon for Teifimo to create some lateral movement, get out, get some space, and make Claggett chase him down. Nice dig to the body there from Teifimo on the inside, but he gets caught with the right hand as he gets tall.
Body shot from Claggett. Left hook to the body from Claggett.
Claggett has a highlight reel of left hook liver KOs. It's his favorite punch.
Oh, there's the uppercut from Teifimo Lopez.
That was a tricky
Took an
shot.
angle and delivered it. Tried to come back with it. Now wraps around with a wider right hand.
Not right now, but he's pushing forward because that's all he knows how to do.
Gets it again. Finding that target here in round number 4.
Yeah, the space is trouble for Claggett.
At mid-range and longer range is where Teifimo is going to hit those shots.
Come on, T.O. I need you to knock him out.
I think that's the longest I've seen in this fight where Claggett didn't throw a punch.
Yes, and as you said, when he stops throwing is when he's going to be in trouble.
Come on, T.O. This 4th round. Come on.
In the past minute.
Yes, as soon as his pace slows, this fight's going to change dramatically.
4-punch combination from Teifimo. Wide right hand that lands. This is a dominating 4th round for Teifimo Lopez. Goes to the body with a right hand. Very impressive. First, Mark Riegel.
4 rounds to none, but the weird thing is that Claggett has succeeded in making this fight exactly the kind of fight that he wants to do it. He's, in a certain way, imposing his will. He has an incredible ability to remain undiscouraged. If Teifimo wants to make it a little bit easier on himself, he might try a jab once in a while.
All right, now as for the punch stats in round number 4. He was 29 of 100. Prior, he threw 96 in the 3rd round, but then comes back and throws 100 punches in the 4th round, and that is a career high, according to CompuBox, for Teifimo Lopez.
It's a tricky stat, Cass. I'm telling you, Teifimo's not used to working that hard. Claggett is making him work. Let's see how this fight plays out as we go on. If Claggett can survive these rounds, how much will be in the gas tank for Teifimo Lopez down the stretch? Aggressive I've seen from Claggett. He's for a reason. In a full minute.
Level of competition changes the way you fight, doesn't it? This is the first world-class, world championship caliber opponent that he has faced. First time he's ever fought for a title. Been a pro for a long time. Teifimo Lopez turned 11 years old, and 6 weeks later is when Steve Claggett became a pro fighter.
35 is 35. Steve Claggett is 35 years old, throwing this kind of output, fighting a very sharp young champion.
Claggett comes in behind the jab. 2 right hands after that.
Claggett has this tricky left hook that he throws. He actually dips down, doesn't see the punch land, throws a looping left hook as he drops his head to the right. He actually landed that on Teifimo. It's the kind of shot you don't see and catch you off guard. Teifimo's consistent body work has played a major role in these last few rounds.
A little bit of redness around the left eye of Teifimo Lopez.
Yeah, Tio's one of those guys. He's got that skin that marks up, but also he's been getting touched up more than we're used to seeing him.
350-plus punches have been coming his way.
That's what Teifimo needs to do. Once he creates that distance, make him run into that jab.
Shoulders in the way as we come to the end of round number 5. To see the junior welterweight world champion, Teifimo Lopez. Now, number 6, he has a 123-67 connect advantage, does Lopez. By the way, you notice on the score bug down in your left corner a change for Teifimo Lopez. Obviously, he's U.S.-born, U.S. citizen. He has proudly displayed the Honduran flag, his parents from Honduras, and he has asked our production team to be represented with the Spanish flag for this fight. His grandfather, also Teifimo, originally immigrated from Spain, so he has requested that the Spanish flag represents him moving forward.
Teifimo coming out here in round 6, using his jab pretty well, much better than he has in other rounds. Some stab jabs down low, getting high. Claggett trying to cut off the ring, but Claggett does a nice job keeping his elbows in. When we talked about the face marking up of Teifimo Lopez, Claggett's face is actually looking surprisingly good with all the leather he's been taking. It ain't pretty, it ain't that effective, but he is imposing his will. The fight is being fought where he wants it. Gotten away from that uppercut that's been so effective these last couple rounds.
Right hand trying to get around the guard. Looking to go to the body, not get that left elbow.
No question, the harder, heavier shots.
No doubt, you can hear it
from Teifimo.
Yeah, you hear that thud, Chris.
Claggett's more of a death by 1,000 cuts type fighter, but I don't think he's landing enough for that.
The uppercuts for Teifimo Lopez. Of course, we saw the big one do damage in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we see a nice uppercut. Power of the punches.
locked in, focused on the task at hand.
More quickly, okay?
Teifimo's thrown more punches than him to this point. The volume punching swarmer has been out-punched by Teifimo Lopez.
Oh.
Right hand comes in from the champ.
You know, a few rounds ago, it was early on, Claggett had mentioned Teifimo's right hook. I don't know if he said that it hurt him or if that was a good shot, but it was a topic of discussion in the corner of Claggett, is Teifimo's right hook, and there we saw a couple of them that landed very flush. Claggett has an iron body. He's been eating some vicious left hooks, especially on that liver side, the right side.
He is a totally obsessed pro when it comes to training and his dedication to the sport. Says, I have nothing else in my life. Likes to do a little creative writing, most of it about training and boxing.
That doesn't surprise me. Nice. Teifimo using that shoulder roll defense.
And comes with the right hand.
Which always leads to his offense.
Claggett trying to go over the top with the right hand of his own.
Oh,
there's that uppercut, left uppercut again from Teifimo Lopez.
But in true Claggett fashion, he comes right back. There it is again.
Combination, stays in the pocket and fires back. You know where to find him, and he's not going away.
And that's the thing. Teifimo cannot admire his work. He lands a big shot. He's got to keep his head moving. Claggett's going to throw.
Clean fight, okay? Okay, stop.
Uppercuts, man. Teo finds those homes, even those little shots. Really surprised that Claggett's face is holding up to these shots. Those uppercuts usually do damage. Good body shot in there from Teo. Whoa. One thing that cracked
sending him back. Oh, big right hand. He's really digging in on this series of punches.
He gets hit with a shot that hurts him.
In that same approach to walk 3/4 away across the ring as soon as the bell rings and meet him.
The word that comes to mind is undeterred.
Yes.
I was speaking with Teifimo Lopez, father in the corner. He says, look, behind the jab, he can hurt him. He just has to keep going forward, and I'm comfortable with his pace.
Right hand to the body again, wrapping around. Goes underneath, goes with the uppercut, left uppercut on the inside.
Essentially what Teifimo's dad was saying is that behind the jab he can hurt him, meaning he needs to hit him with a shot he doesn't see. That's why the old 1-2 is so effective. The jab will blind you and the right hand will hurt you. Claggett sees all these punches coming, or he's in a position where he's smothering the power.
Doubling up the left hand, went to the body and the backhand.
I would like to know what Claggett does for ab work because he's taking a ton of body shots. That's that jab. Gets a little bit of room, spearing jab. He can put the two behind it. Now we're talking. That's exactly what Papa Tio wanted. Papa Lopez, excuse me. The legs of Claggett.
Oh, the big uppercut. Here comes the champ.
Knock him out, Tio. Knock him out, Tio. Knock him out, Tio. Knock him out.
Brought him in. You know which way he's coming. And gives Teifimo opportunities. Pushes him back with the right hand. Uppercut. Another uppercut. Just missed with the left hook. Left uppercut. Claggett only knows one way. And Teifimo taking advantage.
You know he's coming to the front door. That's why I was saying that uppercut. Look at the hand position of Claggett. He's so heavy over his front foot.
Yep. That head is going beyond that lead knee.
Yep. So many opportunities for the lead uppercut or even the rear uppercut. Kind of like how we saw Robeisy Ramirez in the co-feature.
So Claggett damaged here in round number 8. And Teifimo Lopez in complete control. One big last shot at the bell.
Come on, Tio. Oh, that was a perfect uppercut. And he bent right into it. He should have threw the hook behind it.
But he has finally broken through.
Like it broke his nose, boy. God.
Fire is working. He gets touched up.
Hey, it's still a shutout, fellas, but I call your attention to the 7th round when Teifimo went to look at the ref. He's being tested here. Something Chris Algieri brought up earlier in the evening. Is his power the same as it was at 35, or is this just Claggett's superhuman chin?
Steve Claggett has absorbed a lot from Mark's point.
Claggett got a beard on him.
Power punches landed. And you see the last round where 29 were landed by Lopez, including the big uppercut.
Oh, that body shot hurt him.
Least effective offensive round.
Teifimo maybe thinking about how he brings an end to this show.
Tess, to your point about Claggett sitting down that last round. George Foreman used to always stand in the second half of his career. And I remember him.
Oh, he don't like them body shots.
If you're going to stand, you need to stand the whole fight.
You got to commit to it because you're telling your opponent, you got me. Wrapping around with that left hook around the guard. Teifimo probing.
Ooh! Boy, he almost walked right into the uppercut.
The resilience of Claggett is starting to wane.
A lot of offense from Lopez tonight. Just waiting on Claggett now. Hyper-athletic, natural-born counterpuncher. There's Teifimo Lopez.
Claggett not as relentless as he was. Teifimo finding enough space, enough gaps, enough distance. Actually avoid these punches now. Not getting touched up nearly as much as he has in past rounds. And has been able to land heavier, harder shots at a distance. Oh, good push off right hand.
Create space and deliver.
Tito Trinidad was fantastic at that. Push off with that lead left elbow, right hand over the top. Oh, body, the body, the body, the body.
Right hand lands there. Touching, touching, touching. See if something a little more substantial comes behind it.
Tio got some good defense. Very underrated. Nice body work, Tio. Ooh.
Cut, left uppercut. Wants to fight. Of course, he had to fight this title defense, which he is well out in front of, looking to bring it home against Claggett. And then he says early fall and December, he's at his best when he's busy.
Well, this is a good fight for that because he's had to prioritize being busy in this fight.
There's the right hand again.
I was about to say, we're seeing a second wind from Claggett here, but punches like that will knock that second wind out quick.
Claggett's going to know the kind of fight we was in tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're getting big punches from a big puncher. Especially those uppercuts. Those tend to stay with you. Right hand over the top, left hook, well timed by Teifimo Lopez. Again, catching Claggett when he finds space. Oh,
chopping right hand.
Right hand from Claggett there. Back comes Teifimo Lopez. Nice little uppercut, over-under combination there, and then slides out to his right. That's something that I think we should do more of so he doesn't get caught with his back against the rope so much.
Claggett discussed all the years, all the work ethic, everything he had to put in just to get to this point. So you know he doesn't want to have any regrets. He wants to be true to himself with his effort down the stretch.
I don't think anyone's going to question his effort.
Not at all.
His heart, his will, his conditioning. He came here in great shape tonight, otherwise he wouldn't be here.
What's
Just a little bit of swelling, more pronounced around the left brow of Teifimo Lopez. Oh, look at that. Letting those hands go to close out round number 10. Minutes to go as Teifimo Lopez has been in complete control in this title defense against Steve Claggett. 269 punches landed, 803 thrown. Those are both career highs for Lopez.
Lopez has shown excellent conditioning tonight. Big output, a lot of punches, big volume fight for him. Still looking sharp here in round 11.
In Steve Clavic's corner, they say, look, it all starts with the body work. That sets up the right hook, and the only way to win this fight is with guts in the championship rounds.
Teifimo accurate, just picking his spots there.
You see now, there's different power in the shots now from Claggett. He's so uncomfortable and unaware if he's going to land the shots. He's taking some of the power off because every time he lets those hands fly, he gets touched up. Now we got blood from the nose of Claggett.
That started to come about in the last round. Just ate another uppercut.
It's about time. All the uppercuts he's been eating.
Teifimo such snap on his punches.
Still, even here in the 11th round, with all the output and volume that he's put out tonight.
He has a viper approach. He has velocity to create that power.
Yeah, so twitchy, so springy.
Well, he knows that uppercut's going to be available. You can see him sitting, waiting on it.
Maybe now you see the power in the punches of Claggett. They're barely even moving. They were bouncing Teo's head back early on. We're not seeing that anymore.
Comes with the right uppercut again.
Again, just like Teo Sr. said, I would love to see that jab from Teifimo Lopez. Put the right hand behind it, finish with the left hook. Classic fundamentals. There, a little pull counter with the right hand from Teifimo Lopez. A little too high, though. Leaping left hook, right behind the ear. Beautiful shot.
Leaps out to the left, seeing do that throughout his career. Now triples up the jab, throws the right hand behind it, coming on strong here at the end of round number 11. 161 thrown. And now the 12th and final round of our World Championship fight.
Claggett's landed like...
Oh, it's a right hand from Claggett.
He landed like 3 hard left hooks right away. And then a good right hand on the end of that. Gonna go for it. Now's the time to do it.
No, stop. I'm here, stop.
Can't imagine that he's winning this fight without a knockout on anyone's scorecard.
Punch combination from Teifimo just as he was circling to his right. The stop and pop, finding the target.
Yeah, we speak about the athleticism of Teifimo Lopez all the time. There you saw that lateral movement, stops on a dime, fires 4 punches.
Oh, good right hand.
Well-timed uppercut.
Thanks for the body shot as well. Looking for that right uppercut yet again. Giving angles now against Claggett. Level change with the jab. Well-conditioned, very athletic Teifimo Lopez is going to take this home.
Yeah, unless Teifimo rocks him, I don't really see him going for the knockout, doing anything extra than what he's doing.
I'm here.
Another big right uppercut. Sends Claggett back for a moment. Nice taking and taking.
That was a nice dip and rip right in between the elbows, up the guard, splits the guard. Claggett keeps coming forward, takes it well.
Yes, he does.
Iron chin from the Dragon, Steve Claggett. Ooh. Claggett earned his money tonight.
Sure did. Another big right hand. Teifimo. Here's the clap. Lets the hands go again.
They're finishing strong.
Oh, doubles up the punches. We've seen that before. Just having fun in complete control. Long against